Hello everyone, today we're doing a video on the isolating lives of the ancestral followers. I hope you all are having a great day. Before we get into the main part of the video, I just wanted to say we now have a Discord server, just so I can make announcements or just genuinely chat with you all. The server will be in the description and in the pinned comment. That's about it, let's get into the video now, hope you all enjoy. One of the first things we find out about the ancestral followers is that they like to stay far away from the Erdtree. Now, while this might seem strange at first glance, there is a very good reason for this. The reason is inside the budding horn item description. A rarely seen specimen of a young budding horn. This horn began to sprout on a beast that typically bears no horns. Perhaps it's a vestige of the primordial crucible. And as we know, in the age of the Erdtree, and the ages to follow really, the primordial crucible was looked down upon and all things connected to it. This included the misbegotten, as they inherited aspects of the crucible, same as the omens. The ancestral followers are most likely on this list as well, as they worship the ancestral spirits, who just so happened to match almost identically to this budding horn item description. You're probably wondering, what is an ancestral spirit? Well, let me explain. In the stalwart horn charm, it states, said to be a budding horn, the ancestral followers believe that the horns of a long-lived beast continue to bud like antlers over and over again until the beast one day becomes an ancestral spirit. This also brings more connections to the budding horn that item description I mentioned earlier. My interpretation of the ancestral spirits from all the item descriptions we've seen so far, there will be more item descriptions, don't worry, that isn't all, is that beasts, who are never meant to have horns, like said in the budding horn item description, grow horns. Eventually they live out their lives, whether they are murdered or simply die of natural causes, and then in death their horns continue to grow until they live again. Or is it them? That part isn't very clear. That is just my interpretation of both the item description and is up for interpretation. Your interpretation might be completely different to mine, so if you have got a different thought or think I'm wrong, please let me know, as it allows everyone to expand their knowledge on the lore. An example of an ancestral spirit that has just been brought back to life, or something else has been brought into being from the corpse, would be the ancestral infant head, skull of a very young ancestral spirit. Just think how many sproutings it might bear. Also in the item description it talks about a vapour. This vapour is used by certain ancestral followers who also seem to have infants, ancestral spirit heads. With one in our possession we can do the same and release the mysterious vapour. Before we continue, I just want to say thank you so much for all the new subscribers. I have got something special planned for 300 subscribers, so look forward to that, I guess. I don't normally say this much, but I'll say it this time. If you are enjoying the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. If you're not, then please leave some constructive criticism down below and tell me why you hate the video. Thanks, I'll let you get on with the video now. Another peculiar fact about the ancestral spirits is, as we know, the ancestral spirits are born when their corpses have been birthed anew, and after this process has happened and they transform into a full ancestral spirits like the bosses in the game, and they die again, their horns will bud anew with new life, and the cycle continues. We do not know if this is just for the kings or it's the same for all ancestral spirits. Sadly, we might never know. Or unless they add some major ancestral spirit lore inside the DLC, because let's face it, we are getting a DLC, I don't care what you say. Now, we've talked a lot about the ancestral spirits, let's talk about the people that worship them, the ancestral followers. The best way to explain the ancestral followers as a whole is, in our terms, we would call them a cult. And while they might seem sort of friendly, worshipping deep underground, not minding their own business, you'll find out in the item description I'm about to state that they can be very extreme. An example of their brutality would be the ringed great horn, distinctive horn suffused with the power of the ancestral spirits. This large, wing-shaped specimen is wielded as a weapon of spirits worship. In the ancestral spirit worshipping faith, These are considered envoys' wings, made to reap the lives of beings which experience no sprouting. The ancestral followers are allowed to follow whatever faith they want, whatever religion they want. They can isolate themselves all they want, but from what I've seen to do with their actions, they sometimes go too far. In my opinion, their reason for this brutality is not justified, and it is just evil. Plus, they remind me of a certain group called the Way of White from Dark Souls 1. If you know, you know. I want you to have a very close look at the winged great horn item description. It does not say animals, it says beings. It does not say beasts, it says beings. This could mean humans, demi-humans, omens, misbegotten. But you see, the difference between humans and misbegotten and omens is the fact that the omens and misbegotten have sproutings, which they gained from their species inheriting aspects of the crucible, something that humans don't have. Maybe that's why the ancestral spirits are so aggressive towards you when you first enter their home. You, the Tarnished, are something they despise, something that does not have anything from the crucible, something that does not have sproutings. Another thing that's worth mentioning is the fact that a red wolf is seen inside of their home. The only other red wolf we see in game is Radagon's pet. Perhaps Radagon, this is just speculation of course, had some kind of connection with the ancestral followers, and maybe if he did, so did the Golden Order. But how would that work, seeing though the Golden Order worshipped the Erdtree while the ancestral followers despised it? Such an interesting and confusing possibility, but sadly, like a lot of things in Elden Ring, we may never truly know the actual full truth. In the Dwelling Arrow, it talks about spirit animals inside of the arrows. Perhaps these are some more victims of the ancestral followers. Sadly everyone, that's all we have time for today, and all the information we have about the ancestral followers and ancestral spirit. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we have started a Discord server, so if you're interested in that, it is in the description and in the pinned comment. As well, if you enjoyed the video, we have got, I think, about 10 other lore videos on Elden Ring. I'll link the playlist and a video for you in the end card. Right everyone, see ya, have a good rest of your day.